Well, good morning and welcome to the University of the Ozarks. It is December 11th, 11 a.m. My name is Rich Dunsworth, and I'm proud to serve the institution as its president. Um, and considering the Christmas decorations are up and the lights are all over town, I feel it's only appropriate that I say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, New Year. I know and I'm guessing a whole lot of other folks are looking forward to 2021 and hopefully, turning the page on 2020 as it's been one heck of a year. So, as the opportunity to do kind of a final update and maybe a summary of where we've been over the last few months, I'm going to take a few minutes and share some things. If there are things you're curious about or things that you would like for me to address, please feel free to make a comment in the comment screen for those that are watching live. For those that are watching this after the fact, please note that you can also add comments or questions and that we continue to monitor it for a few days so that we can answer your questions. So we started doing these updates in response to COVID-19 and the coronavirus. And well, what, 8 months later, we're still responding to the virus and the trauma and the chaos that it's created. So to remind folks that what the year's been like. We've done a combination of online education and face-to-face and a little bit of hybrid and synchronous, asynchronous. In many ways, we've tried to respond to the environment in which we're in a way that allows us to continue to deliver on the mission of this amazing institution. And as I reflect on 2020, well, for me, I'm gonna put it in the win column. Yeah, there's some things that I wish were different, and I continue to feel a sense of loss for some of the things we weren't able to do and that we weren't able to share. Um, but I'm pretty proud of this institution. I'm proud of our students, our faculty, our staff, our alumni, friends, all of the people who came together in community to do the very best we could in what was, well, for lack of better words, kind of a crummy situation. So I'm proud of us. Now, why do I say that? Over the last 6 months, we've tested nearly 800 people in relationship to the coronavirus. Of the 700, and I believe it's 72 or 73 people that have been tested as of today, we have had positives. The number that I'm looking at suggests that we've had 65 positives and just under 10 rejections. As we look at today, we're in single digits as we think about folks that are in quarantine or isolation going into the holiday and closing out the semester. And I think that we've weathered this pretty well, and that, as I said, I'm pretty pleased with where we are. For those of you working with my current students, know that yesterday wrapped up finals, and that it wasn't without its bumps and bruises and challenges, but I think we're sitting in pretty good shape. That know that for some students, this has been one of the more trying educational opportunities that they've ever experienced. My hope, my prayer, especially for my freshmen and sophomores, is that they kind of dust off the shoulders and roll them back, take a long nap, and come back in January ready to hit it again. We know that we've learned a few things in the amount of time students need face-to-face versus online, the kinds of support that we need to put in place or continue to put in place and evolve so that students can be successful. And my hope and my prayer is to go, okay, Now let's get ready for the second go around. For my juniors and seniors, well, you're starting to, tip the scale and be able to look towards commencement, look towards completion. And I look forward to being here to help celebrate that with you. So, speaking of celebrations, we have quite a few celebrations coming up over the next 10 days. So let's start with a new one. On the 15th, let's double check my notes so I use the right date. Yeah, Tuesday. On the 15th, the Office of Advancement and Alumni Engagement are going to do a party and a reunion. It's an opportunity for us to come together in community. If you're on Facebook, you've already seen it. If you didn't see it in Facebook, go to our webpage, our main webpage. Go scroll down and you'll see the weekly calendar. On December 15th, click the link and you'll see all the details and the opportunity to join us as we come together and celebrate. Makes me a little nervous, a couple of the sentences in there, so who knows what is in store as it relates to the, I guess, the trivia questions on, what was it, movie clips and Ozarks history. Know that if Levada Qualls joins us, you won't win the Ozarks history because she seems to have every last detail committed to memory, which makes her one of my go-to people when I want to know history. But I hope you're able to join us on the 15th and hopefully laugh a little bit and come together. As we look at other celebrations that are going to be happening next week, we have a champagne toast, which is for the senior class. Those that graduated in May that are going to go through the ceremony here at the end of the week, as well as the December graduates. I hope you'll join me where I will open a bottle of champagne in your honor and invite you to toast each other and hopefully share a little bit of laughter. Reverend Wilhelm will also offer a blessing on the graduates, and we'll do that as a smaller, more intimate event. And then as we proceed, then Friday, the 18th, we will have a virtual brick ceremony where Brian and myself and Justin and others will be on the mall and we'll place your bricks, let you see them going in the ground, and then when you're able to come back and walk the mall, hopefully you'll take pictures and celebrate that your brick leaves a legacy and leaves a mark on our campus that, well, could last hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And then the final celebration is commencement on a Saturday morning at 11 a.m., December 19th. There'll be a few of us that'll be in the chapel. When I say few, I know that's specifically Dr. Gill is the provost and Reverend Wilhelm is the chaplain, myself, Susan Edens, professor of communication, and one of her students, Sade Seymour, and I'm sure there'll be a couple of others, and we will do a virtual commencement ceremony and celebrate the winter graduates of 2020 as well as some of the May graduates that are going to join us. That concludes my kind of announcements and my sharing of where we are. That a couple of things that people ask this time of year that I want to pass on. It's what can we do? Anytime I'm the Alumni Association, the very first question, almost always the very first question is, what can we do? It's recruitment time. And, the challenges of recruiting when you can't visit a high school. Those of you who have been online with us before have heard me say it's an odd time. And anybody out there that's got a high school junior or senior, it's an odd time to try to be doing a college search. Know that we're doing single family visits. Know that if folks want to come and walk the mall, would gladly walk the mall and show them around. It feels a little bit different, but this too shall pass. Um, you know, proudly wear your Ozarks gear, whether it's a lapel pin or a mask or a T-shirt. You know, please be a walking billboard for us. Um, Tell folks, especially young people, that if they're less than certain, well, maybe we're exactly the right place for them. I've heard that story over and over and over from our alums that talk about being a little less than certain when they headed to college, and then they not only found something that fed their passion and their vocation, but they found a little bit of themselves when they were here. And I, of course, love hearing those stories over and over. Um, Please don't mishear that. If a student knows, hey, I want to be an elementary education student, or hey, I'm going to law school or medical school, and I know exactly what I want to do. Well, hey, we can do that too. And I hope you'll encourage folks to take a look at us. The other piece on the what can we do? It's support as you think about the closing out your 2020 year. If we can play a part in that, whether that's the annual scholarship fund, whether that is um, the the campaign as we're wrapping up the campaign for science, please know that we would appreciate you joining us in the continued investment in the institution. So with that, I'm going to check out the notes and see what else we can do. Dr. Bash was the best history teacher I ever had. I love notes like that, and especially today, it seems also a little apropos. Um, my executive assistant has been going through some files, and she's been pulling out amazing pictures of the faculty from from 40 and 50 years ago. And we've been talking about the stories of the different the different faculty along the way that we get to hear about now. So thank you, Donald. I appreciate you uh, offering an accolade to Dr. Basham. So any comments or questions? Corey, I see where Katie's, converted you to the dark side. We'll just let that go. So, know, folks, that we appreciate your support. Know that I'll end this the way I've ended it for nearly 8 months. As we're in a time of Advent, as we're approaching an opportunity to celebrate the birth of Christ, please say a prayer for us. Please say a prayer for the United States, for the world and the pandemic, and that all of the hope that we're starting to feel as it relates to the vaccine and the hope that we're believing is just around the corner comes to fruition. And know that we're thankful and that we appreciate you all for supporting us and for tuning in. If you have anything specific that I can support you with or answer, please don't hesitate to reach out. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye.